Cheniere is the leader in this country of exporting natural gas, although they will have some competition shortly, Joe. But they were smart. They signed up long-term deals, sort of pay-as-you-go or sort of tolling type arrangements that has locked in their exports going forward here. And the U.S. is in the process of quadrupling its natural gas exports here over the next couple of years. We're going to go from about what's called 3 billion cubic feet a day to about 10 or 12.
I mean, this makes sense for a lot of reasons, doesn't it? I mean, aren't these good jobs in the U.S.?
Oh, they're fantastic.
And it's
jobs.
exporting. It helps trade deficit, and it helps us become global leaders in energy exports, right?
And these plants are on a massive scale. I've actually been to the one in Baja, California, and it's like you're inside Madison Square Garden when you're in the middle of the storage unit. And a lot of the ones that had previously been built to take in gas are now being repurposed to export gas from the U.S.
You know, it's not easy to do this.
They freeze it, right?
Well, freeze is at, you think of 32 degrees right. Fahrenheit. This is minus 250 to get it
This is the
liquid,
stuff Mr.
Right?
Freeze used in the Batman series.
Yeah,
really? Batman was so ahead of its time.
What happens if there's a problem? Is it highly flammable if it's not frozen at those levels?
No, it's not. It's not really combustible.
It's just to make it liquid so you can move it.
That's right. That's right. It's minus 262 degrees Fahrenheit, so it is spectacularly cold.
So what is that 10 or 12?
And then that
was used by
reduces.
Frozone. Samuel L. Jackson.
Exactly.
You know, remember him from Lucius Best from
The Incredibles.
From The Incredibles. Yeah, Frozone. It wasn't. Who did you think it was? Schwarzenegger when he was in. He was Mr. What was it? Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. Okay.
And of course, to burn it in your furnace, they have to then warm it back up. So, so you have the facility to contract it and make it smaller and freeze it. Put it on the ship, it goes over, and then it has to be regasified on the other side.
So gas was $1.60 in Cleveland recently, a gallon. And
Gasoline.
Trump says it should go lower. Can he, if he opens up more stuff, can he actually help drive the prices down? He says he'd like to see it lower. Can he do that?
Well, I always talk about it. There's an element to futures prices when it comes to crude oil or gasoline is future expectations and sentiment. And so to the extent, yes, that he's unleashing more pipeline capacity, more drilling, more future barrels.
The more that people start to drill, the lower crude oil comes, and then it's a self-correcting mechanism. The market corrects itself. The people aren't going to continue to drill if it falls too low, like below.
It is, and
$40.
we are nearing the price, I think the terminal price here, that they will start to shut in some of these wells or not drill so much. So is the natural sort of boundary upper 30s, mid 30s, probably, although, you know, the Permian story keeps continuing to be a bigger and bigger miracle for the U.S. Their break-even costs are down around mid 20s.
Really?
I mean, if they can get that, if they can somehow get that down into the 15s or the 10s, let's say, that would put them in competition almost with Saudi Arabia itself.
Wow.
So it's technology.
It is technology, and it's also pipeline. A lot of these barrels are stranded. A lot of these barrels in other parts of the country need to go by truck even to get to the market, to get refined. The Dakota Access pipeline that was so controversial is actually in the process of making a big difference, too. A lot of the crude oil that it is going to bring to market is displacing a lot of rail shipments, and again, making that oil a lot cheaper. The big beneficiaries...
Which, by the way, is very environmentally friendly to get them off the rails.
Absolutely, because of the dangers involved there, no doubt about it. But that was controversial. But that's one of those ones that was a real balancing, because it is going to make a big difference to consumers once that pipeline is, in fact, in service.
Which is when?
Now. It's already started. It's been filled, and it's starting to flow as we speak. And it's really going to help East Coast refiners in particular and the Gulf.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.